how would you describe self-realisation? Because I've also heard you say that you're a self-realised person.
I have never said that about me. No.
Well,
no.
Maybe I saw it written somewhere. I don't know.
No, I don't. I don't make very many of those comments. I think it's very dangerous to say something like that because to other people I will look like a self-realised person. Mm-hmm. But I don't really know how far self-realised I am because I don't know where I'm not self-realised. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So this is the same about being enlightened. People have said, yeah, but you're definitely enlightened. And it's like, I don't know. Right. Like if enlightenment is this long, yeah, and all the people are this far, and I'm that far, I've still got all this way to go, but I don't know. So I'm not enlightened. Right. I'm just a little bit more enlightened than the other ones. Right. And this is the same with everything, with being self-realised, everything. I just realize, and that I do realize because I'm not dumb, that I am more self-realized and that I am more aware of most things, of the reason I came here, of what to do, of the reason for many other things, the depth of existence that most people are. Right. That I can say. Right.
That's beautiful. But it's all happening in a context of unending evolution.
Yeah, I don't know if it's unending, I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't even know that. But it doesn't really matter because it's like I once said when somebody said to me, what would you do if everything you believe in would just crumble? I said, just go on because it's the only way I feel is right. And it comes from a very deep feeling inside me. It's not something I've thought out that is the way to do. It's not a belief, it's just this deep feeling inside me. I couldn't go any other way. Right. I just couldn't do it differently. Right. So, and that feels right.
Right. So, yeah. So, in light of what you just said there, and I've felt it a few other times when you've been speaking about your reason for being here and this sense of a purpose. So, obviously, you feel very compelled. And maybe that's not even the right way of putting it because it's choiceless, really, you know. But yeah. there's a compulsion, to be who you are and to bring whatever degree of consciousness you're capable of bringing, based on however far you've come, you know, into this world. I mean, you alluded earlier to these dark times. So I wanted to ask you about that dimension of it. Do you live with a constant sense of urgency? I don't mean in any uncomfortable sense,
no.
but you know, is there something that you feel is pushing you, guiding you?
Especially at the moment, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I would certainly say that. It's not a sense of urgency that would want to speed me up in that sense, but it's a sense of urgency of don't let go. Stay there. Stay very aware. Don't lose any detail. Be very alert. Absolutely. It's like when I was younger, there were moments that I would get rest, I call it. Yeah? That I could just sit back and read 3 books and think about not very much else. Those times are over. Right. I hardly ever read a book. Right. I read a book in moments. Because there's so much to do. And it's not even outside. It's very much inside because lots of my work gets done inside so that I'm ready for when things are happening. This sounds all very vague. Yeah, it's not vague at all, but it's like, as you know, I've had a very bad accident. And if I'm not wearing all the decoration that I should wear to keep my back up and everything, nobody would see, like, I don't think that anybody that's going to see this is going to think that I've just had a real bad accident, right? That's part of that. It's like being very alert, going through this whole process, look what it's for, look what is to come, and then being ready for a big change, because obviously an accident is a big, what would I call it? Like a big cut in my life. Yeah. In anybody's life, an accident is a big cut. And so work with that cut. Don't sort of think, okay, so now I'm going to heal my neck and then I'm going to go on with my work. Right. No. my work until now is not going to be my work from now on.
Right.
So and that is, in that sense, I would say, yeah, there's a definite urgency, because this was a big cut. It was a big warning. And it was a warning that I'd given myself already twice before, and I didn't listen, so I got it from above, so I would listen. And from that moment on, it becomes urgent, because otherwise I wouldn't have been given this big warning. So in that sense, there definitely is an urgency in this. Yes. Something really has to change. Yes. And it has everything to do with my reason for coming to this world now, in these times. And because as everybody can see, the world is not in an easy place with itself. People are becoming more and more selfish. They are losing the sense of self. They get very absorbed by everything that matter has produced, especially by the media. And it's very clear that it's a very dark force wanting to keep them there, and not having to move on. And even the people that are going for a spiritual path, and it's very many people at the moment that are trying to go for a spiritual path, they will choose a path that looks nice within all this that has been made in a more almost materialistic sense even. Yeah, because it has to look nice, and it has to do a lot with embracing each other and playing nice music and having little songs at the back and doing all these cute things with having nice posters on the wall and burning incense. And it's great. I mean, I've got nothing against beautiful music and anything like that, right? But it's not to become more aware. Right. That's not what becoming more aware has nothing to do with being in a beautiful environment. One can become more aware just sitting for a week in one simple room with nothing in it. We don't need to really come to the essence. We don't need anything but ourselves. And that definitely is something that I want to bring out, like in a more ample way than I've done it before. Yes. Like before, my accent was on treating people in private sessions. And then as a secondary thing was group work and professional training. Now it's changed. The private sessions are very rare that I'll do them. And the group work and the professional training. And professional training, I mean training therapists. That
you want to train more therapists?
I would like to start training this year 1,000 therapists, I've said.
Wow.
So if it happens, I don't know.
That's urgency.
But that's urgency, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So it really sounds like you are being catapulted and catapulting yourself into a whole new phase.
Yeah, I've been warned. I could just go on the way I did. That was a choice. But if I get warned, that's not a choice. That would be stupid. That would be, then why am I here? Why not somebody else? Right. So I'm going on. This is something I want to do for already 12 and a half years. 12 and a half years ago, I had decided to not do sessions anymore, almost 13 years ago. And then my husband told me, you can't do that because people need you, because there's nobody that can do this work. And it was like, okay, yeah.
Which there wasn't at the time.
And there wasn't at the time. So it was true what he said. It wasn't like, okay, yeah, fine. No, it wasn't, because I was like, right, okay. Swallow that one, feel about it, and I felt, yeah, he's right. Now I've done a whole cycle of another 12 years, and that's it. There are now several people that can do this work. Nobody will ever be able to do it as I can do it, but that's normal because I keep on going. But they certainly are there where I was 12 and a half years ago. They certainly are, and they're further than that even. So I think that will do. Because by then everybody was flabbergasted by the work that I did, so why wouldn't they be with those people doing it?
Right.
It's only that those therapists, they know me, and they think they're inadequate, but they're not inadequate. It's just that don't try to copy somebody else.
Right.